Welcome to Studio 402 News, your monthly look at all things going on around the Birdville Independent School District. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Tyler. Thanks for joining us. As always, Studio 402 News is produced by the Advanced Video Production class at the Birdville Center of Technology and Advanced Learning. The Haltom High School Band recently competed in the Bands of America Super Regional Championship in St. Louis, placing fourth. Jose takes us inside Haltom's preparation process as they developed the show.
Today we have a chance to follow the pride of Haltom to a football game and see what really makes the spirit in a game.
My favorite thing about Friday nights is getting to see the band kids smile so much, doing what they do, like having fun in the stands and like performing, and just they look really good. And I think the band enjoys looking good and knowing that they're doing something at a real high level.
Every single one of these students devote their time and effort to produce a show which can last up to 9 minutes long.
Five years ago, when the band did Water's Edge, when they played music from the New World Symphony, that was just, I listened to that, I heard the band play that, and I was just like, I want to do that. I want to be able to do that. So that's what I do.
In these performances, the band will not only share spirit, but we're performing the 2019 show, which by special request, we were asked to not show any bits. But you can come and watch them live at any of our football games and competitions. This is Jose Cruz, back to you.
Recently, the BCTAL hosted its annual College and Career Night, a chance for high schoolers to meet with representatives from many colleges, universities, recruitment centers, and professional institutions. Ruby tells us all about it.
On October 22nd, the BCTAL hosted the annual College Night, an event where over 100 universities and even military branches come to the BCTAL and share information with students about their institutions to let students figure out what to do after high school.
I enjoy reaching out to the young men and women that are taking these programs and let them know that there are some options out there for them. If they're not interested in attending regular college, they do have several options available. I do this every year. I look forward to coming out and sharing what we have to offer with our students. I believe in technical schools, and since I work for a technical school as well, I enjoy coming out and sharing what we have to offer.
This is a very informational event and one of the most anticipated events here at the BCTAL, and we thank everyone for attending. For Studio 402 News, this is Ruby.
The Open Mic Club at Richland High School offers a welcoming place for students to show off their hidden talents. Noelia gives us an inside look at the group. Richland High School has opened up a new program called Open Mic Club, where students are allowed to express themselves through a variety of literature.
The purpose of this club is to give opportunities for students to self-express, whether it be beatboxing, poems they've written, music. I just want them to give them a place that they can express themselves and not feel intimidated and have that opportunity to be in front of people and self-express. I think this club is important for teens because everyone needs a voice. And a lot of times there's not a venue for that voice, or they don't know who would be interested in listening to them. And so I want to give an open venue, that way people don't have to be afraid of sharing how they feel. It means a lot to me because I personally love music and acting and being able to be on stage and see smiles on people's faces. So I wanted to give students opportunities to get comfortable in front of people. That way, after high school, they can actually go to real open mic nights and express themselves. The reason I started this club now is because before school started, Mr. McCandless talked about that every student needs a place to belong. And I thought, if I was in high school, where would I want to belong? Okay, maybe with like weird people like me who want to do all kinds of crazy different things and express themselves. So since I feel like this will be a place that I would belong, I want to give places for other people to belong.
As you can see, the students have the option to be very expressive. I'm Noelia Gonzalez, back to you.
Hey guys, I'm Jordan. Did you know 46% of adults experience some form of mental illness in their life? Here are some tips that can help you and others improve their mental health. Tip 1, take some time out for yourself. A lot of people are busy with school and work and never get a time to relax. Find something that helps you decompress. Some people like working out, like a physical activity. Others like to stay at home and read a book. Find what works better for you. Tip 2, make sure you feel good physically. Be active, eat a good meal, and drink plenty of water. Tip 3, if you're ever struggling with something, open up to someone. A lot of people feel like they're alone in the world and alone in their struggles. Find someone, it could be online, it could be a friend at school or work, and open up to them about the problem. Tip 4, get plenty of sleep. Sleep can prevent stress, and lack of sleep can lead to an increased chance of getting a mental illness. Tip 5, think of something you're grateful for and write it down. Gratitude can improve mental health, but it's something that works in the long run. Stay consistent. I'm your host, Jordan. Thanks for joining me. Hope you can find some of these tips useful. Have a good one.
In episode 1, we talked with Julia Miller, an aerospace engineer, as she told us about her career designing aircraft.
Brooke sits down again with Julia Miller in part 2 of our interview.
And we are back with Julia Miller again, and we actually have gotten the amazing opportunity to ask other people of other departments about your profession.
Mm-hmm.
So for the first question, what got you started in this profession?
So growing up in high school, I was always pretty good in math and science. Around my junior year of high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to be when I grew up. It was actually my brother who suggested aerospace engineering, and because our neighbor had gone to University of Texas and she'd gotten her degree in aerospace engineering, and he suggested we go down and talk to her. She had been working at NASA for a few years at that time. So my mom and I drove down to NASA. We talked to our neighbor. Everything she said just sounded absolutely fascinating. And I pretty much just followed right in her footsteps. I went to the University of Texas, got my bachelor's degree in aerospace engineering, and I tried to get an intern for NASA, or an internship for NASA. Didn't work out, ended up at another aircraft company, but realized that aircraft and fighter jets was where my passion was anyway, so.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Another one asked what got you interested in fighter jets specifically?
So my internship was actually with Raytheon Aircraft Company in Wichita, Kansas, and they do business jets, sort of small business jets. And that was a good introduction to aircraft in general, how they're made, how they're designed, that kind of thing, all the engineering that goes on behind the scenes. But then when I was junior or senior in college, I took a trip with a bunch of other people up to Lockheed Martin in Fort Worth, and got to see the production line and the F-16s that they were building, and that just blew me away, and I knew that's what I wanted to do, was work there.
That's really fascinating. So there are possibly some things going on with the Russians. Did you ever get to work with the Russians or other foreign people?
Yeah, so everyone that buys the F-35, as I mentioned, we have a lot of international customers. They're all U.S. allies. We only sell aircraft, of course, to U.S. allies. So any foreign adversaries, they are, of course, interested in stealing as much information as they can. They have some pretty high-tech methods and some low-tech methods of how they might go about doing that. But we try not to associate with any of the foreign adversaries, such as Russians.
I see. So what happens whenever, either in a testing or even just designing, what happens whenever the jets fail, any parts?
So in the control room, my team in particular, since we are interested in mission systems flight testing, we go out to Edwards Air Force Base. That's where all the testing is done in California. And we sit in the control room and we watch as the flight test happens. They telemeter the data down to the control room, and we can see on our monitors everything that the pilot sees on his screens. And then we can also hear and speak to the pilot as well. So when something goes wrong, there are what we call ICAWs. It's an integrated caution and warning light, ICAW. And we can see that on the pilot's PCD. He can also tell us what's going on. You know, we can either decide if it's an RTB, a return to base kind of a problem, or if he can continue flying, continue the mission, and then they just do a checkout once he comes back and lands.
I see. Okay. So do you help the team that fixes any parts that fail, or?
So no, we don't really. The way that we help is if something goes on in flight test and we take a look at the data and we notice some anomalies in the data, then we will bring that up to the software coders and we'll write a SPAR. It's a software, I can't remember the acronym now, but it's a report basically that says there's some sort of anomaly in the software code that they need to go and fix. And so we'll write those up and then they can go fix it, and then we have to go back out and flight test it again and make sure it got fixed.
Okay. So what was the strangest thing that has happened to you in the job?
Strangest thing that's happened. I don't know that there's been any strange things. There's been some pretty exciting ones. So last year I got to participate in a particular flight test where the mission was the F-35 had to go out and find low observable cruise missiles. Now, of course, we don't actually get to flight test with cruise missiles, so we have to find some sort of a surrogate. So the surrogate we were using was a drone, and so we had to cooperate with the Navy in order for them to launch these drones, and then we had to, you know, sort of a blue v red kind of go out and fly against them, and we had to detect them, and then we simulate shooting a missile at it in order to take it down. And so that was a really neat mission to be a part of.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
Thanks, Brooke. 1980's The Shining is frequently seen on the list of the scariest movies of all time. Almost 40 years later, a sequel is coming to the big screen. Desmond takes a look at Dr. Sleep.
Desmond? I think it's on, Desmond. Where did you go? Desmond? 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 I guess that I'm doing this today.
When I was a kid, there was a place. A dark place. They closed it down and let it rot. But the things that lived there.
Hello, Danny.
They come back.
I'm Preston, and welcome back to Studio 402 News. Dr. Sleep will shine on the big screen this weekend, November 7th. Dr. Sleep is the sequel to its highly beloved predecessor, The Shining. This franchise follows Danny, an individual with a rare and mysterious power called The Shine.
I don't know about magic. I always called it The Shining.
Dan Torrance, who was a child in the previous film, will protect Abra Stone, a girl who shares the same unusual gift. This incredible cast includes stars such as Ewan McGregor, Rebecca Ferguson, and Cliff Curtis. Rebecca Ferguson will play Rose the Hat, the terrifying leader of the disturbing cult, The True Knot. This cult tracks down and kills children who shine, taking their life force to become immortal. Young Abra and Dan Torrance will work together to stop the True Knot once and for all.
Where are we going?
There's a place. You sure you want to do this?
I'm ready.
Yes, you run, dear. And then I will find you, and you will scream for years.
Come and play with us forever and ever.
I'm Preston, and I'll see you next weekend.
Technology is getting more advanced each day, but now one school has it in their front office. This is an inside look on why Bechtel now has a VR system.
We've already had some students come in after hours, 3 o'clock, they come in. And usually it's funny because the teacher will come in. And I think the teacher's going, hey, go ask her if we can play. And but no, that's fine, as long as they're not missing class. And my hope is that we can put some of these inside some of the classrooms so they don't have to come all the way in here. Students are welcome here. They come in and out of my office all day long, and for good reasons. But we encourage it. I thought part of the reason I wanted to put it in my reception area here is that, one, everybody would see it, and two, we would get more students coming in and playing it and kind of checking it out.
VR systems are mistaken as video game systems, but they can be used for much more.
I think there are definite applications where it can benefit the world of audio video production in our classes. Adobe does give the option in programs like Premiere and After Effects to create virtual reality environments. We've not explored those possibilities because we haven't had an avenue to explore those possibilities, but now we do.
From Studio 402 News, I'm Blake Perez. Now back to you guys.
So Jordan, what is your favorite season?
If Texas had seasons, it would definitely be fall, but summer's the best season.
I mean, summer is Texas's main season, so understandable.
For the questions of this week, we asked viewers, what's the best season?
Let's check in with Grayson as he finds out what the Bechtel family has to say.
What's up? I'm Grayson Lippies, and today we're going to be asking people their favorite season. What is your favorite season?
I mean, this time around, I
like winter?
Yeah.
What is your favorite season?
The winter, because Texas is horrible.
What is your favorite season?
Summer.
Nice. Good answer. What is your favorite season?
It's definitely fall once it finally starts.
Thank you. What is your favorite season?
Season? Football season. Come on.
Great answer.
What is your favorite season?
Okay. Winter.
Season 5 of The Walking Dead.
What is your favorite season?
November. Oh, my bad. Fall, my bad.
What is your favorite season?
Winter.
Why?
I don't know, I just like cold weather better than hot weather. You can always stay warm, but you can't really cool down if you're outside.
Agreed. For Studio 402 News, I'm Grayson Lippies, and we'll see you next time.
Let's take a look at our poll results.
Fall comes out on top, followed closely by winter, summer, and spring. Check out this week's poll at twitter.com/BISD-TV.
We'll be right back.
So Tyler, how was your Halloween?
It was okay. I had to work, but I heard my brother had a lot of fun.
Amazing. That's it for Studio 402 News. Thanks for watching. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Tyler. We'll see you next time. Have a great weekend.